All right, on today's video, we are back at the range, and today we are going to be testing out another optic from Gideon Optics. This is the fourth optic from them they have sent out to the channel. I love working with this company. I love their products. And this optic here is the Rock. Now, it's a little bit smaller than some of their other dots, but it's a little bit bigger than, say, the Judge, which has the RMSC footprint. This is RMR footprint, and looking at it, it's a lot like the size of the Trijicon RMR. Now, this is a green dot, and we went over all the specs in the unboxing video. I'll link that in the description. Today, we're just going to be out here shooting some groups and talking about what I like and what I dislike about this optic. One other thing I mentioned in the first impressions video, this is a green dot with the green circle. And the last two optics that I have gotten from Gideon are now green dots. We test so many red dots on this channel, I wanted to start testing out some green dots. So we've got this one in green. Now, one thing I want everyone to keep in mind is that the Rock is a dot circle together. You can't cycle through and run just a dot or just a circle or the circle and dot like you can on the Omega and the Mediator. If you do buy the Rock, whether you buy it in red or green, you're going to have a dot with a circle. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's get set up. Let's shoot some groups, have some fun, and we'll talk more about this optic as the video goes on. All right, we're going to shoot our first 10-shot group of the day. We're going to start out with the Steel Valley Casting 125 grain truncated cone reloads. And Steel Valley Casting is a sponsor of the channel. So if you are a reloader and you're looking for projectiles, check out my affiliate links. There's a discount code there. Great company to work with. I got a camera down there rolling. Let's shoot a 10-shot group at the top right target. All right, so let's talk about my first impressions with this dot, shooting it. Like I said, I went with the green this time instead of the red. Now, one thing that I love about the green doesn't starburst on me like red does. And the Gideon Optics, even their red dots, are pretty clean. I get very little starbursting, and that's not Gideon's fault or any other optic manufacturer's problem. It's because I have astigmatism. But if you do have astigmatism, you might want to start looking at green dots because they don't starburst like a lot of the red dots do. Now, it's only about 7 a.m. here on a Sunday morning, so the sun's not quite up yet. It's a little overcast. It's pretty cool. It's a really nice day to be shooting in Ohio. But looking at this optic, I've got it on about the 5th brightness setting right now, and that's all I need this morning. One thing I have noticed also with Gideon, their green dots are brighter than the red. I mean, they are super bright. If I crank this all the way up, it's insane how bright it is. Like, I wouldn't be able to use this dot turned all the way up on a morning like today. So basically what I'm getting at, if you're shooting on a super bright sunny day and there's no clouds in the sky, you're not going to have an issue. You crank this all the way up, you're not going to have any problem at all seeing the target. All right, I got 10 more rounds of the Steel Valley Casting bullets loaded up. We'll shoot this 10-shot group at the top left target, and we'll transition over to some factory ammo. For the people that watch the channel that don't reload, I'll show you how reliable this gun runs with factory ammo. All right, here we go. All right, so let's talk about the iron sights that came on the Kiger and using them with the Rock. If I were to shut the dot off, and we're going to do that here in a little bit, I can co-witness my front and rear sight perfect through this optic. But the Rock also has built-in iron sights here on the back. So let's say if I were to put this optic over on my 365 XL, I don't have a rear sight on that gun anymore. I would be able to use the rear sight with the factory front sight on the 365 XL. So this is a nice option, and I think it's the only one from Gideon that does have an iron sight built in the back. And we're going to test that out here in a little bit. All right, this time we got 10 rounds of Remington range ammo loaded up. These are just some 115 grain cheap FMJs for plinking. Let's shoot a 10-shot group at the right middle target. Let's see how it does. All right, let's talk about the window on the Rock. So it's not very tall, as you can see, and we covered the dimensions of the window in the unboxing video, but it's pretty wide. Now with this kiger, when you go to present that firearm with this angle of the grip on the frame, it's right there. As soon as you go to the target, boom, it's right there. That is why I think this optic would make a pretty good carry option, especially with guys that are running Glocks and Glock style pistols. All right, this time we got 10 of the 115 grain Federal American Eagles loaded up. Let's shoot the bottom right target. All right, we got one issue with this gun already that I just noticed. We lost our front sight already on this. I am going to pull the barrel out of this because the screw is actually still in there. Now we're never going to find that front sight. So I'll get a hold of Anderson and let him know what happened. All right, we got one target left on the board down there, the bottom left. There are a couple holes in it already, but I'm not going to waste the target. Let's just shoot a 10-shot group at the bottom left. This time we got the 115 grain CCI Blazers loaded up. Here we go. All right, we got 2 USPSA targets set up, and we've got 20 rounds of Steel Valley casting reloads loaded up in the kiger. We're going to fire 2 shots into the A zone, transition back and forth until we run out of ammo. Here we go. All right, target on the left, we got all alphas. Target on the right, we got all alphas, but we dropped the Charlie down here. All right, we got a USPSA target set up down there at 25 yards. Got 10 rounds of the Remington range ammo loaded up. Let's see how the Gideon Rock does at 25 yards. Here we go. All right, let's see. We got 8 alphas. Got a delta right here. That's terrible. And we had one hit a little high right here for a Charlie, but 8 alphas. I'll take it. All right, my final thoughts on the Gideon Optics Rock. And yes, this gun's clear, no mag, nothing in the chamber. It's another great optic from Gideon. I love the green. I think I'm a fan, and you just don't get that starbursting like you do on a red dot when you have astigmatism like I do. This dot was just crystal clear. So was the circle. And honestly, I didn't know how I was going to run the dot with the circle, but normally I like to just run dots, but it didn't bother me at all on this. I think this optic would make a pretty good carry option too. It's not super tall. It does have a little bit of width to it, but not much at all. It's maybe hanging out about a 1/16 of an inch, an 1/8 of an inch off the side of this 19 size slide. But I love the way it looks on the Kiger 9C Pro. One of the other great things about it today was the brightness of it. I don't think we've ever had an optic turned like all the way down to 5. And if we turned it up past that, it was just too much on that overcast day. So, you know, if you're out shooting in direct sunlight, shining right in your face on a bright sunny day, you turn this dot up, I don't think you're going to have any issues at all. It's one of the brightest green dots I've seen, even though I haven't tested that many on the channel. We do have another one coming up too, so the 5th and final dot from Gideon. Now, the front sight did fly off during the video, and I have a video out before this when I did a review on the Kiger, and I talked about Anderson's customer service. It was excellent. Just go back and watch that video. Yeah, it sucks. The sight flew off, but man, they took care of it almost immediately. Got things mailed out. Couldn't have been happier with that. So, yeah, I don't want to ramble on about that, but if you're interested in their customer service, just go back and watch the review video I did on the Kiger, and I'll link that in the description below. But, yeah, guys, this is another great optic from Gideon, and go out and get yourself a rock. This thing's super cool. RMR footprint, top load battery, super bright green dot with a green circle. It's just awesome. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.